Hey, everybody. Opened in 2012, Indeed will sell about 15,500 barrels of beer in 2012, with 70% of that beer sold in our self-distribution territory of the Twin Cities of Minnesota. Indeed's defining strengths are our well-defined and memorable brand aesthetic, our reputation for high-quality, consistent, and innovative beers, and our commitment to and personal connections with our customers, consumers, and communities, most notably through our charitable giving program, Indeed We Can, which takes our Wednesday night profits in our tap room and gives them directly to employee-selected charities every single Wednesday of the year. My pitch is this. Look at a map of Minnesota and you will see that we are landlocked by relatively low population, low growth states, with one exception, the great state of Wisconsin, a state that loves beer and has a strong cultural connection to Minnesota. Expanding our distribution in Wisconsin would double the size of our market, but how do we ensure success in a state that is fiercely loyal to local brands and also home to a challenging retail environment? The strategy, while bold and original to our region, is fairly simple. Become local by opening a pilot brewery and taproom in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that will directly connect us with the Wisconsin consumer, double our taproom revenue, double our charitable giving, drive innovation, and within 5 years make Indeed the largest Minnesota craft brand in Wisconsin. Invite me to the final round and I will share with you the unique groundwork we have already laid to be successful in Wisconsin, how this new pilot brewery will make us the most nimble and innovative production brewery in our region, and how our brewery story will evolve to be as much a Wisconsin one as a Minnesota one. Thank you.
Indeed, a lot to take in. Fred, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on the presentation and Indeed Brewing overall?
Great presentation. Can you give a little background on the Indeed name for a second?
You ever seen the show The Wire?
Yes.
Yeah, Omar?
Yeah.
Oh, Indeed.
All right.
It also fits with like the brand and everything.
Yeah, okay. I think of all of the brands that we saw and tasted yesterday, your branding, packaging design, it's the most put together, I think. So you're pretty far from considering where you started. I think one of the biggest things that I'm wondering is what happens once you get out of Wisconsin and Minneapolis and you're not taking part in the community itself. Can you execute that strategy of being local everywhere? I think the answer is no, and so will your brand continue to carry the clout and the recognition once you're going up against other well-established, more mature craft brands?
Tom, I saw you nodding. You want to follow up on Fred's comments?
All you had to do was watch the Sunday night football game with the Vikings and the Packers to know what the challenges are with this equation, right? Having been a Badger, Wisconsin and Minnesota definitely have a lot of shared similarities, but it can also be very polarizing. And when you have someone like New Glarus that's dominating that territory, that's a real challenge because they're making amazing qualitative beers, and you have a huge hurdle from a quality standpoint to overcome. New Glarus is not someone I would want to compete with on a daily basis. And just a call out. I mean, I think you have to have heroes and mentors. They should be yours. But if you can compete, Milwaukee is a great beer city, and it's really expanding in an amazing way right now. If there's a time to be in Milwaukee, it's right now.
Carmen, Tom talked about community as being such an important focus of the brand. What do you think of that approach to promoting a brewery?
I think that the taproom strategy is a smart one. We've seen recently that taprooms have become their own premise and a place where folks really enjoy experiencing beer. So I'm actually not opposed to a strategy that sort of employs staying very hyper-local to each of the locations that you're at. And I think starting with self-distribution and expanding in a very deliberate way is something that makes sense.
Great feedback.